Hello, this is Nicole Marie, your transformation catalyst and coach, and you have tuned in to Know Your Archetypes. So, this is the video for Virgo Sun, the Earth Goddess energy. Now, something very special about Virgo. First, she rules the sixth house. So she's very much about the daily work, the daily life, and your physical body. How healthy are you? Do you have rituals and daily routines that you do that are about self-care and self-nourishment? And how are you listening to your body? Because Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Okay, so Mercury, as we know from Gemini, is the messenger of the gods, goddesses, however you want to say it, but the archetypes so the rest of the archetypes. So they're like, okay, I'm feeling like an empress today. So what do I need to do to embody that into my daily life? This is a time where Virgo gets activated and she really listens to the messages of her body. And often, sometimes we get rude messages. Oh, I have a stomach ache. Oh, I feel nauseous. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, when things go wrong, Virgo's like, listen. And she activates the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is similar to the Empress, but the High Priestess's mind is in the belly. So, and in biology and scientifically, the belly is where we produce all our hormones, all of like our neurons. So the health of our actual mind is formed in the belly. That's why diet and what we eat and how we feel. So if you have a lot of anxiety or depression or these acute panic attacks, it's not just psychology, it's the psychology of health. So if you eat too much sugar, if you are eating a lot of grains or carbohydrates, it's producing product in the belly that creates foggy brain and doesn't allow you to access your full energetic self. Okay, so the High Priestess has a direct connection to her body. What does that mean? That when she tunes in, like, my stomach's bloated after I ate that meal. What is it in that meal that I may not be digesting well? Okay, what herb, what yoga medicine, what act can I do to heal this? Shows she knows her own medicine. And she also, again, really tunes in to her ability to communicate with her higher mind. And she's very much also into nature. So nature is really, really important to Virgo. She speaks to nature. Nature speaks to her. And this is an important part of learning a new relationship with your archetypes, is that you listen and go outside and commune with them. And that's what the priestess does, is that she gets really quiet. So as the empress, she's like, yeah, let's really dive in. Let's be connected to our heart and communicate. And she's really active, while the High Priestess is very still. She's meditative. She's lives by her intuition. She's not much of a rational thinker, even though Mercury does rule. Mercury lives in the body. It's not outside. Like Gemini, it's like Mercury's like flying all around in the ether. This Mercury energy is literally in the body, so you can communicate with the body. So what happens when the High Priestess is not listening to her body? What happens? Who does she turn into? Someone that doesn't know how to listen to the body This is what I feel is death. So there is a part of the self, and you can also call it the shadow, that gets activated when we have suppressed so much, when we deny that connection. The shadow emerges. So that is all the places in us that, well, don't believe in intuition, don't believe that our body is a messenger, that keeps choosing to eat those things regardless of what it's doing to our body, that develops illnesses because it, for way too long, you have not listened to the body. So there needs a death to happen. And death is just about ending an old cycle to start a new one. And then the high priestess gets activated again, like the rising phoenix. And so this is really, so things are really intense in this part of the chart in our lives where we start developing illnesses in the body because something is not right in our emotions, in our thinking, and in our spiritual self, right? We have many bodies. We don't just have the physical body, we have a spiritual body, a mind body, an emotional body, a physical body, a soul self, a creative self. There's a lot of aspects to us. That's why we're exploring all these archetypes. So the physical body is the last place where illness shows up. So that's why the high priestess communes and be like, okay, if I feel like I've developed this illness, where did it come from? So maybe it's a ancestral DNA brought in from my family lineage. Okay. Well, now that I know that I have that genetic, what is it that I need to do in order to treat it? What medicine do I need? Do I need to do a spiritual cleansing, a spiritual healing? Then do I need to start changing my thoughts? Instead of keep trying to figure things out with my rational mind, what is my emotions telling me? Wow, my body is exhausted. I need to sleep. Often stress, as we know, can be the biggest way of causing disease in our body. So a lot of times it really is just needing more rest, deeper relaxation, turning off the TV, stop being stimulated, and just receive. Yeah, I'm talking about quiet, stillness, as if you were dead. And then life will be brought back to you. Now, something that the high priestess does, that when she is sick, she goes out to nature and she lays on the ground for 30 minutes a day. Why does she do this? This is allowing her to access life force, earth energy to move up through her back, so her receiving chakras, her receiving energy, to then gain more energy in the body. This has been proven for lineages of healers, medicine women, and shamans around the world. This works. When you are exhausted, you lay down on that earth for 30 minutes a day. That's all. Let your body relax. Stop trying to overstimulate, overdo. This is when illness and the shadow and death come in to teach you something. So if you want to know how Virgo and this high priestess, and there is a reason to a lot of illnesses that are happening in your life, and there are solutions for them. It's really important to understand that, as much as it was in that Leo video, to know that you are a creative being, you are your own medicine. And this is what Virgo and the high priestess is teaching you. You are your own medicine. Go back to the body. Go back to your original source, and the answers will be there. So again, if you want to know more about where Virgo is in your chart, how she's supporting you, And if there's any illnesses coming up, how we can find medicine for that. You can contact me at hello@NicoleMarie.eu and check out my website at NicoleMarie.eu. Until then, see you next time for the Libra archetype.